If you're worried about neglecting your child because you want to go work out, you want to start taking more time for yourself, but like maybe you work full time and you're out of the house a lot, or even you work from home but your kid's in daycare and you're just like, I only have so much time with them as it is, I don't want to take more time away from them. I used to feel that way too, but this is like the biggest shift I had. When I first had my babies, I still worked my corporate job and I worked a full 40 plus hours a week. Okay, I worked Monday through Friday. My kids were both in daycare and I just felt like I barely had any time with them. Like that was a huge wake up call for me after my first maternity leave, realizing that I would drop my kid off at daycare in the morning. I'd pick him up after work, or my husband would, and then we'd come home. It's almost dinner time, and when they're babies, right, they go to bed early. I mean, even toddlers, they go to bed early, right? And you're like, okay, I only had 3 hours maybe with them all day. So I would like let that eat away at me, and I was like, okay, I can't do anything else. And I would let my workouts fall to the wayside, and that's what was a huge struggle for me my first postpartum, is like I had this whole fitness journey before I even had my kids, and so I already had a workout routine, all the things, and then I had my son, and then I kind of like lost it all because I was like, I don't know how to get back into this because like I'm breastfeeding, I'm pumping, I'm waking up early to pump, like how am I supposed to work out in the morning, all these things with my son. I don't want to take away the time from him, but I found myself getting more and more agitated, more overwhelmed, feeling like I was putting everything else above my own needs. And I didn't realize that at first because I didn't like put two and two together that like, hey, you're putting yourself on the back burner. Even though I only had, a few hours in the evening with my son during the week with work, I felt like those few hours I was being such a like nagging, like irritated mom. Like I feel like everything put me over the edge. Any whine, any cry, and the witching hour, like between like 5 and 8, ooh, it's a rough time. And I felt like it would just put me over the edge because I realized I had no time for myself at all. Like it was really making me be this mom that I didn't want to be. It's almost like it was like working backwards. Like I didn't take the time for myself because I wanted to put more time into being with my son to be a better mom. But in turn, I was being a worse mom because I felt like I was so irritated all the time. I felt like I was being so, like I had so much rage built in me. Like I was snapping at my husband, I was snapping at our dog. And then I would go to bed just like so annoyed at the day and like feeling bad, like feeling the guilt. And then the cycle would just restart the next day. It wasn't till I was still pumping at this time. I would like wake up in the morning early. I would, if I had to nurse my son, because there was a couple times where I would nurse him and then I put him back to bed, and I would go downstairs to our gym and work out. And if I wasn't nursing him, I would pump. I had my wearable pumps. I would sit on my spin bike and I'd warm up for 10 minutes, 15 minutes while I just did my morning pump. And then I put my pumps aside and I would do my workout. I did that a couple times and it was night and day difference in my mood. I had so much more energy and I felt like that time I had with my son outside of work was just spent so much better. So it's like, yes, I sacrificed an extra 30 minutes that could have been spent with my son, or it could have done it while he was sleeping. And in turn, I got 3+ hours of better time with him. Once you realize that that time for yourself is really not truly only time for yourself, it's really you pouring into the mom that you're going to be for your son, everything changes.